Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 89. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. Jeff, we've had some requests that you go back to smoking and drinking on the show, like the true commander.
I will honor that request coming up. It's just the summer and both of our travel schedules have not dictated it.
Logistically, it's been a nightmare for us to even get the show in.
It has been, there's a testament of what we bring out here. Yeah. Nobody has any clue how difficult it is. But yes, I am more than happy to come drink and smoke on our show again. It's all good.
Excellent.
I'll be there.
All right. So this show is obviously powered by the Fast Funding Group and C&J Financial. So let's roll that promo.
Hi, my name is Lawrence Fish. I'm with Weed Corley Fish Funeral and Cremation Services in Austin, Texas. And today I wanted to say thanks to Jamie Meredith and C&J Financial for all the great work that they do for funeral homes around the country. For the funeral homes that are struggling with cash flow and the filing of insurance policies, I can't more highly recommend Jamie and his team at C&J Financial. The customer service is first class. They're prompt with following up on claims, and it has been a tremendous asset to us in helping with cash flow and also helping families at a time of need. So thank you for your team, Jamie, and those at C&J Financial, and we appreciate everything you do for funeral homes.
All right, Mr. Commander, what do we have coming up on today's episode?
I'm excited today. We're kind of back in our regular groove. We're going to have the founder of a new funeral home and cemetery consolidator. You're not going to want to miss this. The spotlight's in Las Vegas, unfortunately, and the WTF, I'm just going to say, comes up a little short. So, yeah, Ryan, what's the buzz this week, bro?
Well, obviously, it has to be just the tragedy in Las Vegas, something absolutely horrible, and interesting things like this happen, and then now what we're seeing is an outpouring of love and an outpouring of people coming together. There's some great stories that are coming out of this, and then actually, some funeral home organizations partnering together to try to ease the burden as much as possible on the families involved.
Yeah, no doubt. I see Eagles Wings that you had posted there on Connecting Directors. They're heavily involved. I know that I've reached out to some funeral homes there, just saying, hey, I want to talk with you later. Unfortunately, this is not the time. They have their hands full. But we'll hear back from them at some point about their difficulties and how they handle this. I saw there's some changes too. And speaking of conglomerates, it looks like Foundation Partners is doing a bunch of shifting around. We're going to talk to a new consolidator coming in. I'm really curious of what's going on out here because I'm seeing shifting in focus and what type properties are being purchased. So I think we'll have some folks on at some point to actually explain their positions and where they see value in their purchases for funeral homes.
Yeah, for sure. It's absolutely a shakeup that's happening all across the board. So different perspectives and different modes of operation they're changing by the second. So it's,
no doubt.
Something we got our finger on the pulse.
No doubt. You're going to hear it here first most of the time. By the way, speaking of hearing it here first, we'll clean up this week the Hurricane Harvey effort. Jamie and his team and our treasure memory folks are going to get together, find out what our final tally is, and get a check out to TFDA. So everybody that contributed, thank you. We'll give a little more details next week.
Yeah.
By the way, and this buzz, who's it brought to us by, Ryan?
Mr. Ellie Bowker and aftercare.com. And I was in New Jersey last week, and the buzz around what Ellery is doing in the last couple people I've talked to in the industry that are in the know, this program's really shaking things up. It's being really positive outcomes of funeral homes. So let's roll out promo.
Are you a funeral director who just can't find time to follow up with your families? We all know how important aftercare is, but meeting with families and running a funeral home doesn't leave much time for anything else. The Aftercare Card Program is an automated program that sends out 4 cards plus a survey to your families during the first year following a loss. You simply go to aftercare.com and enroll your family and you're done. It literally takes about a minute and the cost is only $20 per family. Visit aftercare.com today to learn more and get a free sample.
All right, Mr. Commander, you're on the hot seat. We're back to our More You Know minute. It's been a few weeks since we've been back in the groove with this. So this question comes to you from Ed in Utah. He wants to know, Commander, what's the best way to set my prices for my funeral home?
Well, let me tell you, the worst way is to compare your prices with the idiot down the street that you talk about all the time. So don't be $100 less than his. All right.
Good.
First thing you need to do is understand what your true overheads are. Okay. Once you find out how much it costs you to do the business, then you look at filling that gap in with the service fees. That's how you build your fees in. Don't base it off casket, base it off completely with services. This is something I have particular expertise in. So Ed, if you want to follow the email down here below, send me a message. I'd be glad to talk to you about it.
Awesome. And the More You Know minute was brought to us by our good friends at Pierce Chemical. It's the 50-year anniversary of the Duotronic embalming machine. And I believe Pierce is rolling out a couple new scented embalming fluids that we are probably going to mention here in a coming episode. So let's roll the promo from Pierce.
Pierce is an embalmer's choice for fluids and over 1,800 different prep room supplies in stock. Visit us at piercechemical.com to learn more about Pierce.
Excellent. Jeff, who is our guest today?
Our guest today is Jim Kriegshauser. Kriegshauser? I said it wrong the first time. I'll say it wrong again. Jim is the president of Celebration Services. Let's roll that interview. Jim, welcome to the Funeral Nation show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad. I see you're traveling, so it's hard to catch up with a busy guy like you. If you would, tell us about yourself and a little about your professional background.
Well, I'm fourth generation funeral director. Back in the early 80s, of course, obviously being fourth generation, I grew up around the funeral home. But back in the early 80s, SCI came to my father and his brothers and his cousins and offered to purchase our family firm, and they sold. And that's really when I got actively involved in the funeral industry. At that point, besides doing, growing up around the funeral home and doing a lot of jobs as I was growing up. But that's when my professional career really started in the early 80s with SCI, more on the pre-need funeral and cemetery side. And then over the years, I got my funeral director's license, worked my way up through SCI in several different capacities over the past 34 years to a senior managing director.
Excellent.
Well, Jim, you just launched a new company. Will you tell us a little bit about Platinum Celebration Services?
Yes, we are obviously a new roll-up company. We're looking to purchase funeral homes and cemeteries with EBITDAs north of 2 to 2.5 million EBITDA. We're a little bit different, I do believe, than other acquisition companies out there. As you know, most of the acquisition companies do have a nice offer to purchase locations and have a nice succession plan for the owner to help monetize their wealth. But we have partnered with KCB, which you've probably noticed if you looked at our website and or the press release. And KCB is a unique partner. The fact that we have a couple different funds that we could pull from, the private equity fund and the real estate investment fund. So we're really looking to grow nationally and not really create a cookie cutter type of acquisition and customize something to the owner's needs, depending on what they are.
Gotcha. Can you give us maybe two things that set Platinum Celebration apart from what exists right now in your same space?
Two things?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think that the team that I have partnered with is critical. I've got a gentleman who's really sharp in real estate, does not come from the funeral and cemetery industry, as well as another partner who's really good at acquisitions and roll-ups. But what really separates us is the ability to really work with the former owner and stage a um, an opportunity for them to pull their wealth out and continue their legacy, i.e., one, through the real estate side, we can purchase the real estate and not the business, and keep managing the business. Of course, we would want a first right of refusal on that, but also, or just buy the business and not the real estate. And so I think that really separates us. And also on the real estate side of it, the fact that we have the ability to tap into the real estate and investment side, we are really looking at leveraging KCB on that. And right now, we're looking at establishing hopefully one of the first REIT within the funeral and cemetery business, which will really help with their taxes as they pull their wealth out of their business. So that's a real unique opportunity.
Yeah,
It is. That is different.
So, Jim, do you have a target funeral home or particular area you're interested in growing?
Pretty much nationwide. We're not looking to go outside the United States at this point, obviously, but not particularly. We currently have roughly about 43 target locations. I'll give you that we're targeting that have estimated EBITDA north of the $2 million range. We have about 13 hard offers out there, and we really expect by year end to close at least 2 to 3 businesses.
Wow, I know that side of the business, so you've been busy. That's not an easy thing to do. So congratulations on your effort there, anyhow.
Yeah, it's quite an activity since just starting up in July.
That's excellent. So that means that there's room for what you're doing there. So we're going to finish this up. We always have a lightning round so that our funeral nationers, FNers, as we call them, get to know you a little better. Are you ready for this?
I hope so.
All right. So here you go. What's your favorite city?
My favorite, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. All right. Since we're in Texas, Texas A&M or Texas Tech?
Oh, if I had to choose the two, probably Texas Tech.
Okay. Interesting. Who's your celebrity crush?
Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
That's good. We've got some really weird answers here. So congratulations. And so is your last meal your electric chair food? What's on your plate?
Oh, probably a filet from Papa's Steakhouse there in Houston.
Nice. Okay. Any side items?
Probably asparagus, grilled asparagus. Love grilled asparagus, and of course,
dude, you're getting ready to die. Forget the asparagus. Eat the potatoes first. I'm just kidding. And a big chunk of cake. All right. So last question: burial or cremation?
Burial.
Okay. Good for you. Well, look, we're really excited about Platinum Celebration services coming into the market space because, frankly, I believe that's what's coming in our future. It sounds like you guys are focused on the funeral home. Certainly, we're going to need an infusion of your type of business out here. And we're grateful you took a few minutes on the road to reach out to us.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Take care. We're going to see you at NFDA. Will you be there?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, look us up. Yeah, okay. He's the guy that dresses cool. I'm the good-looking one.
I'm not going to touch that.
All right. Good. All right. See ya.
Thanks, Jim.
Take care.
Great interview. It's interesting the approach that they're taking. Another consolidator joining the marketplace. And it sounds like they're coming out guns a-blazing because they are already 13 proposals out there. So pretty exciting stuff from them.
Yeah. They're going after, you heard it, folks, EBITDA over $2 million.
That's your word.
In other words, yeah, that's my word.
Actually, word, or?
No, actually, that's Dan Assard. I got to give him that. Okay. He has a tattoo that says EBITDA. Anyway,
I like it. Yeah, it's probably your license plate. You're going to change that, right?
Yeah, I love EBITDA. But the issue is, if your firm isn't making money, you're not going to get anything for it. Nope. You know, we're seeing so many firms. Oh yeah, I'll be glad to sell for $1 million plus. It's not worth that. Okay. Sorry.
Unreal.
Anyway, let's talk about Sitch.
Sitch Caskets. Talk about change. These guys are really changing the dynamic. Hear nothing but positive things about them. And they're giving away a free casket every month this year. So let's roll that promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket. Sitch has changed everything for funeral homes facing declining profits from cremation, with casket quality equal to the top domestic brands but at half the cost or better. Enter now to win a free Sitch casket at sitchcasket.com. Sitch, only your accountant can tell the difference.
All right, Mr. Commander, our spotlight segment, and you found another good one. Unfortunately, this is where the spotlight's going this week, but again, things positive can come from this. So where are we shining the spotlight on this week?
You know, I hate to shine this spotlight, but our hats off, and everybody has our eyes on the folks that are in Las Vegas. There's several mortuaries and funeral homes there that are just doing big tasks because the majority of people from out of town. And we just take a moment, you know, to consider what they're going through and what they're doing on top of their regular business, and having to deal with grief and families and people in and out. So our hats off to you guys. We love you. Thank you for what you're doing. And we just really have you on our hearts and minds this week. And hopefully we can talk to somebody in a couple of weeks about what happened.
Yes, our spotlight segment is brought to us by United Community Bank. Let's roll that promo.
Shifting trends in family choices, expanding corporate ownership, rising costs. The funeral and death care industry is changing with each new year. At United Community Bank, our team of funeral and death care lending specialists understand the need for capital for acquisitions, expansions, renovations, equipment upgrades, and more. And we make the loan application process as quick and easy as possible.
We really are a community bank at heart, and we really are the bank that service built. We do have many products that are specifically designed for small business, and that really is a big focus of the bank. And that's an area that we want to continue to focus on, that we bring these unique solutions to small businesses.
United Community Bank has the industry knowledge, resources, and the team in place to help make your goals a reality.
Well, Jeff, we're going to move into our WTF segment now. We go from something so heartfelt to something so funny. It's where we take a humorous look at something in our profession, kind of poke fun at ourselves. What the funeral is what WTF stands for. So it's something you're going to talk about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, this one is another hearse, I think, that comes up short. This is what I would think is maybe a discounted casket company delivery system. Either that or it's a really tall person in a little short car. I don't know what to say about this, but I saw it like, what the funeral? Come on.
Yeah.
Better than that.
I don't really have anything I can add to that.
Well, speaking of ad, let's talk about Skyways Media. Those guys are doing a fabulous job. Jack and his team, they're showing up everywhere. We're going to get to see them at NFDA. You really need to get you some Skyways if you're a funeral home. Let's roll the promo.
Skyways Media is a family-owned and operated business specializing in the design and print of funeral planning guides throughout the USA and Canada. Our guides are written individually for your home and are an excellent community information resource, along with acting as a high-class marketing tool for your business. The best part is that they are provided at zero cost to the funeral home.
Well, Commander, that wraps up episode 89. It was good to be kind of back in the saddle and get back to our traditional format. And we're going to be shaking things up in the coming weeks before NFDA, and then after NFDA, we're going to have another Changemakers episode too that was so well received. So we hope everyone's attending NFDA. This is the Super Bowl of our profession, and there's going to be some big announcements there this year, but we're going to highlight some of the companies that we're working with. It's going to be at NFDA in the coming weeks. Isn't that right, Jeff? Yeah, that's right. We're going to have on lots of superlative guests that we're excited about. There's some new things coming out, and we certainly want to profile the folks that work with us. So stay tuned. Awesome. All right, Commander. Feels good to get another one under the belt. 89. We'll be on 90, almost to 100. We can count it on two hands now. How many episodes to 100? Getting there. So 10. Wow. EBITDA. EBITDA. All right, sir. Until next time, Have a great effing week.
Out here, y'all.